and welcome to Vinvana's The Local Buzz, where we are highlighting all the awesome professionals in our community and talking about their passions and what they're doing to help make their communities better. And today we have Jordon, who is the founder of the Movement and Mobility Expert, with us, and he is going to talk about how physical therapy has moved from on school to online, and now you have a whole gamut of options when thinking about physical therapy and what you even need physical therapy for. So Jordon, thank you for joining us, and we're super excited to have you here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Mary Ellen, for having me on the Local Buzz today. So I'm excited.
Awesome. Well, to kick it off, why don't you give us a little intro on who you are, what you do, and why, physical therapy is your passion, and why you decided to, start the Movement and Mobility Expert.
Yeah, so I began my practice really to provide, I saw in the practice that I was, practices that I was working for before, just the quality of care that patients were getting was not really what I thought physical therapy should be or could be. So I know there's been a little subtle shift in the industry from some practitioners I've networked with on just going more of like a concierge type physical therapy model and really providing, it opens up a lot of avenues to provide a much higher level of care to patients that can be customized a lot more to what their needs are. Once you kind of start to dive into it. And so really that kind of was what pushed me to begin my practice and my business, was really just to provide a higher level of care to my patients that could be really personalized to their needs, to help them feel better and, live the higher quality of life that they want, to stay active and healthy physically.
Awesome. And then, as you know, like you always hear about, oh, physical therapy, you need that for rehabilitation after an injury or an accident or something like that. But really, physical therapy can be used for a myriad of things. We have mutual friends who have used your services for stretching and for, other things other than injuries. So who can really benefit from physical therapy or, those types of services?
Definitely. So, really, I think anybody and everybody can benefit in some way. Unfortunately, just as people and beings, we're typically not inclined or out to seek services. And so a lot of people don't go to seek physical therapy until they have a surgery or they have an injury or some reason that really, rings that bell and is like, well, I can't do the things I want to do. So then that prompts them to go seek treatment. But what a lot of people don't know is that you can do a lot of things proactively, and so doing a lot of, in physical therapy, when we do assessments, we can identify and look for a lot of things that could become problems down the road. And so identifying those and then helping people be more balanced throughout their body, so that way they're not stressing or straining their body in ways that could cause problems down the road. And then also you could, even just going into, gentle stretching and gentle exercises that can help you feel better and move better. And you might not be treating pain or be treating some kind of problem, but by doing these after you do them, you might find that you feel so much better afterwards. And so, you can benefit in that way just by helping yourself feel better, even though you don't have pain that you suffer from.
Yeah, so really it could be just a quality of life play as well. So not, if you just want to feel better, if you just want to make sure, you're aligned, because a lot of us sit all day, just making sure your body is just in the right position per se, that's a lot of physical therapy can help with that, to just make sure, it can give you a better sense of feeling of, just your overall health.
Correct. Just kind of that awareness of your body and your posture and how you move. There's a bit of a, almost a learning, like you don't realize how you move. A lot of it, the way that we interact with the world and our environment is just kind of subconscious. We just go about it. But really all those little movements add up and they cause, they can cause problems. But by looking at it and doing an assessment and diving in a little deeper into what you do and how it affects you, we can find ways that help you feel better, help you move better, and prevent problems down the road.
Awesome. So can you also explain, now that we've gone digital, in a lot of ways, and before, physical therapy, when you think of that, it was more of, you come to an office and you sit on a table and you get your work done. But now there's a lot of ways that, not only like your business where you're mobile, where you can go to a home or, an office, but now you're doing online. How have you been able to pivot to online and still give people that same quality of care?
Yeah, so there's that perception of physical therapy, like you said, where it's pretty widespread that you get a script, you go to the office or the clinic, and then you work with a therapist for a little bit, and then you hop on some of their machines, and they put an ice pack or heat pack on, and that's it. But before all this, the whole COVID situation changed everything. I was offering a mobile practice where I come to patients' homes or offices. Trying to provide a more convenient level of service where they didn't have to drive to a clinic 3 days a week or 2 days a week, but I could come to them, and by spending a full hour one-on-one with them, not only do they not have to drive anywhere, but they only really need maybe one session a week or one session every other week. So, one, it's providing a little bit more convenience by coming to them, but two, helping them learn ways they can manage it in their home. So really, they only need one session a week instead of so frequently. Again, about the convenience side of it, that I wanted to really provide that higher level of service. And then now that the COVID situation has changed things, there has been a shift, and everyone's trying to become innovative and find ways that they can continue to offer their services, but at the same time maintain distance and keep everyone healthy. I've begun offering virtual sessions, via Zoom meetings, where it's one-on-one with my patients. And physical therapy is something that you think of that I never would have really thought about going virtually, or before there was a little bit of talk of telehealth, but physical therapy wasn't really something that was offered much in via telehealth, because you think you need to be in person, it's physical. But there's still, I've learned, and as I've been growing and trying to develop this, there's still a lot that you can do virtually. So with my patients that I see, just finished up a session a little bit ago, but by observation and seeing through the screen of the computer, I can have them do different functional movements and to assess how they're moving visually. That gives me an idea of what should be worked on and what can be worked on, and then I'm able to demonstrate it. Actually have it's my little treatment area. I have a table, I don't know if you can see, set up behind me here, so yes. I can demonstrate on my table there, and then have them replicate that. Obviously they don't have a treatment table in their home, but they can get on the bed or the floor or wherever.
Go up a little bit. Go up a little bit.
Sorry. Yep, there we go.
Oh, there you go.
And so to kind of show them and help them learn how they can do the things on their own. And then afterwards, I'll send them an email that contains like pictures and descriptions of the exercises or the stretches or the activities I think they should be doing. So that way they have it on paper and they can have that reminder as well. And then I'm available always by phone or email. So for continued communication and follow up to help make sure everything goes smoothly.
Well, it's kind of like you just said. So, when you do an in-home session, you kind of go over everything and you get, the nuts and bolts figured out. And then these virtuals are also a good way to coach them through their stretch or their therapy on their own.
Correct.
So it's kind of like you're there to, yes, they're at their house doing it themselves, but you can help them make sure they're doing it right, make sure there's progress. So it's almost like, it's also that like coaching session to where you're just another set of eyes on their therapy.
Correct. Yeah. So the first session will be, an assessment, kind of find out like a good treatment plan. But then any of the follow-ups are, like you said, kind of a little bit of a coaching, keeping the patients where they're accountable and they're doing what they should be doing. But then also that set of eyes where I can see like, hey, you're not doing this quite right. Let's modify it a little bit or make this adjustment so that way you're getting more benefit from it. So, and all that can be done just by watching how they're performing the exercise. And then, like you said, when they're ready, we can progress it and make it more difficult, or change the exercises so they continue to benefit going forward.
And then, like you mentioned, scripts. Like, again, preconceived notion is, oh, if I need physical therapy, I need a script from a doctor, you know, whatever my issue is. With that said, do people need scripts to see you, or can they not have a script from a doctor?
So that's a good question. And, it's kind of, a lot of people think that they need to have a script. And in Arizona, it's what we call a direct access state. For me to provide any kind of physical therapy services, you don't need to have a script from a physician. So we're licensed to practice, to do all the assessment and all the treatments, to keep everybody safe and healthy, that we don't need that order from a physician. What makes it tricky with most of the other practices is, they bill insurances, and so the insurance companies won't reimburse for services unless a script and a doctor signed off on it. So that's why most practices require a script. Me being more of the concierge model, and then working with the trade exchange with you, that script isn't needed because that's just for the insurance side of it. So for providing services, it's a direct access state. So it really opens up a lot of avenues for treatment, and makes it a little bit more convenient and easy for patients to access.
So what you're saying is you can pay in insurance, you can pay in cash, or you can pay in trade.
Pay in trade. You got
it. Yep.
Exactly. And the cash or the trade, you don't need a script for.
There you go. So Jordon, to wrap it up, if people are looking for physical therapy and looking for your services, what's the best way to get a hold of you, to reach out to you, to schedule an appointment with you?
So probably the easiest would just give me a call, or a text or whatever, to my phone, which is a 559-471-9972. You can go onto my website, which is tmmephysio, that's physio.com. And there you can submit. I have a spot where you can submit if you want to set up for like a phone consultation, just to kind of discuss, what you like, just if you just want to discuss treatment. But that really will just kind of take you again to my phone number. So I think just giving me a call is the best, most convenient way to get in touch.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jordon. It has been a pleasure speaking with you. I know the Vana community, we love having you. You provide awesome stretches and feedback, and you've really helped us as a community make sure we are in good health. So thank you for sharing your passion of physical therapy, and the best of luck to you moving forward.
Thanks so much, Mary Ellen. It's been a lot of fun being a part of your community as well. So thank you.
Have a good day. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.